Okay, so I thought for today that we would create like a little village in this like really cool area here. I kind of got inspired yesterday's video when I built that little cabin in the open. I kind of wanted like a really like old medieval style village, but also with like a kind of a cool vibe. So I think what I really want to start off in my mind, I kind of wanted to have the roads be done first. So I'm going to use World Edit actually to do the worlds. And then when I kind of lay it out, I kind of just like to random and then have it like that. Maybe there could be a well there and then houses like that, and then we'll kind of make it come out. Maybe this is just the major path just out into nowhere here. So I kind of want to do like a textured floor for all the buildings. So yeah, so kind of talking about the future. I don't know, I just been kind of thinking about my future and like just in general for like everyone as well. Like I feel like just the way it used to be, getting older, starting a family, that just like, I feel like it's so hard to do that now, just like with like money and stuff, like, inflation and all that is just terrible now. Like, I feel like you can't do anything, and it's scary to think about. Like, back in the day, I feel like people like could just start families, not to like work. Like, yeah, you had to worry about money and stuff, but it wasn't like now. It's like you can't go to the store and buy anything. It's just everything's just so expensive. Like, I can barely afford to take care of myself, let alone take care of a family and other people. And I know that, like, families now consist of, like, dual incomes and stuff like that. Like, I get that, but still, it's just, like, it's just scary. Like, it's like, I feel like everyone struck, like, wants to have a family and wants to have kids for the most part and, like, that kind of stuff. But, like, it's just, it's like they're just, I don't know who they are, but like I just feel like they're attacking just like traditional values. Like, just like can't do anything like you want to. I feel like it makes people depressed. Like, you just can't graduate high school and go, I'm gonna turn that rain off. That's irritating. You just can't go to high school or go to college and get a job that makes, decent money. Not even make a lot of money, just like money just to live your life normally. Just, I feel like, I don't know. It's just, times are different, and it's just so concerning. And that's coming from someone that, like, I'm in college, and I feel like my degree for what I'm doing, like, I feel like I'll make, like, decent money, but at the same time, like, is it gonna be, like, I could live by myself fine and do all that, but, like, what's gonna happen if I have a kids or a family or something? Like, it's just gonna be so scary. Like, I don't know. It's just concerning. It honestly makes me sad because, like, I want to be able to have a family and stuff like that, and it sucks that nowadays money is just such a factor in everything you do, and it's obviously always been like that, but now it's just more than ever. Is I feel it's, yeah, more than ever you just have to take it into consideration on so many things, and it's just awful. It's just not fun. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about in terms of future stuff, like money wise. But let's kind of turn it over to what I would consider like my ideal like life. Like, I've always wanted to live like this is like best case scenario, I think, in my opinion. But I feel like for me, like, I've always wanted to live in like the countryside, but not like out in the boondocks, like just kind of, I don't know. Oh my god, I messed that up. Out in like close to a town, but just out of the way, if that makes any sense. Like, I could get to like, I don't know, like a Walmart or something in like 10 minutes, like, but out enough. I think that'd be cool. Um, that's kind of my perfect future living situation, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really been much of a truck guy either, but I feel like the older I get, the more I want a truck. Like, I feel like they're just stuff. I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a car. Like, I want something I can use and have like a bunch of trucks. Obviously, trucks now are just like really nice, but like something that's nice like that, and then also can have functionality as well. Like if I need to get like mulch, for example. I don't know. It's like the first thing that comes to mind is mulch. I feel like you always use a truck, or obviously use a truck to get that kind of stuff, but you always are in need. There's always just someone that's gonna need you to have a truck. Honestly, like trucks are so useful. As far as like the house part, where I like what kind of house like design I'd want to have in a perfect living situation, to be like recently I've kind of got really into like the modern farmhouse design. Maybe like I'll throw a picture of it up on the screen, but I really like that design. You can actually get some models like blueprints and stuff if you have like, you know, contract a company. I don't know anything about like building or anything like that, so obviously that's something I would need a lot of help with, but there's actually a lot of really cool designs that are like in terms of houses are like relatively like affordable right now, but obviously still a lot more expensive than it used to be, but it's not as much as I thought it was, like additionally looking into it, but sorry, looking kind of cozy. I'd live here. I wish I lived here. But yeah, the modern farmhouse design is so, I think it's a vibe, honestly. Let's see here. So I lied. I think I'm gonna do a barn here. Actually, we're gonna do a barn, and then like that. I'm still gonna do that small crappy building over there. But yeah, I think the barn makes sense because like, how are these people gonna eat? Like, to make sense, like lore wise, like if they don't have a barn and like a little garden or something with like animals, I don't know. Like they're just out here in the middle of freaking nowhere. Beautiful to look at, but I mean, you gotta eat, man. But the future's just sometimes in life you gotta plan for your future, and sometimes you just gotta whatever happens happens. I think both are good options you have to just accept at some point in your life. Like worrying about it's just gonna cause you more problems, but then sometimes there's a time where you actually have to like plan for it, I guess, and like make sure that, you know, all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. I don't know if that's the saying, but it makes sense. I might have said it backwards, but you get what I'm saying. But man, it's just so hard now. I mean, not that my life's bad by any means right now, but like, just looking at it as a whole, like, people are struggling out there. Like, people are having such a hard time, especially in the United States. Like, I get it. Like, obviously, we don't live in, like, people in, like, the United States and other countries, like, that are similar to the U.S. Like, we don't live in, like, third world countries, per se, where, like, we don't have to worry about food or anything like that. But, I mean, everyone has their own problems, and it's just not the same how it used to be. Kind of like how I mentioned before, and it's just kind of makes you sad because you see how like your parents and grandparents grew up, and like you just kind of wish you kind of had some of that sometimes. But you know, not to say everything's doom and gloom. It's just makes you think sometimes. All right, we're back here. I just finished up this barn here, and I added some stuff for animals, then a little farm here, and then I started this little house. Um, Kind of cut a little bit of it out just because I feel like it's kind of, you guys get the point, but yeah, so we're just going to finish this roof here and then start detailing the area, adding some villagers and adding some, you know, decorations to the insides and outsides. I think that'd be kind of fun, kind of give it a little bit more life to the build. But first, we need to build a freaking well. I don't know where they're going to get water from, but yeah, we really don't want them drinking out of our people drinking out of the river. I mean, I guess they could, but that'll be kind of gross. Let's get it to daytime so we can see what we're actually doing here. This is going to be a really, really simple well. I think I'm going to copy exactly how the well looked when the villages like first came out, but I don't know if they still look like this or can generate like this, but who knows? And honestly, who cares? We're just having fun, build whatever we want to build, whatever the vibe feels. But yeah, I kind of want to know, what do you guys like, or what do you guys think? Like, what are your futures look like? What like? I think everyone should leave an inspirational comment of what they think, how they want their futures to look in an ideal situation, perfect situation, what you'd want it to look like. If everything went your way, what would you want it to be? And be realistic, because obviously, if everyone got their way, we'd all be billionaires and millionaires. But like honestly, like realistically, like if it went how you, I don't know. I was literally trying to say realistically. I started typing realistically in the thing. That's hilarious. But if honestly it went the way you wanted it to go, how would that look? I mean, I'd be interested to hear in the comments what that would be. But uh, oops. Oh God. Oh, can't do that. We'll do. Let's put some torches up here. So what could we do now? Let's add villagers. I went ahead and put some beds in the places. Maybe get some of these guys farming over here. Um, we'll get two guys over here going. We need some of them to have some other jobs too, so we'll add some job places here as well. Oh, I accidentally just broke the whole freaking door down. Got the loom going. Alright, yeah, this looks decent. Let's see what else we can do with this. Let's put some... What kind of animals should they have? I'm gonna say pigs, honestly. Pigs would make the most sense in my opinion. Like they'd have pigs over here. A little pig farm going. And then we need some grass, so we're gonna get some bone meal out, and then we need to get some of this looking a little bit more alive. Detail it up a little bit. And if you're wondering what map this is, I can link it. It's on Planet Minecraft. It's a really, really cool build. I've been using it in a lot of videos, but yeah. I also think if I was in a position to have like a really expensive car, like something out of this world, like I really like, like a supercar, like I'm just a fan of the classic Lamborghini. Like I don't think I'll ever, obviously, like, I mean, even if I was a millionaire, like had a couple mil, I probably wouldn't buy a Lamborghini. That'd still be like, you have to pay so much for insurance on that and stuff. Like, you have to have a lot more money than you think you do to have that kind of stuff. Like, you're having a Lambo and you like to have it actually like insured and all that. Like, let's say you had like 2 million in the bank and you bought a Lambo, like, you'd probably end up broke, honestly. Like, if you weren't going to recover that money, like if you weren't actively making more money, if you just had it and didn't have a like, a source to make that money again, like, you wouldn't end up in a good position. Yeah, this is I think this looks decent. Like, not to like obviously I'm not gonna go that in depth in it, but just for like something real simple, like didn't take me that long to do this, maybe like a half hour, like the stuff you can do in this game, if you just have fun, make some lore to it, like kinda have like a map like this, like that's how I've been having fun on this game recently, just doing just cool little simplistic builds. Um like you go out and you fly out here and you're just like just so cool. Like this river with the big forest there and these mountains and just imagine like if this was real life and like the people living their lives here and stuff. Um, Kind of humbles you, honestly, just how simplistic it can be. And I really love this new design of using the hay for the roofs and stuff. I think that's so cool. So I think I'm honestly going to end it at that. I think we've done, that was the goal. That sometimes you just got to get on here. You don't have to do some mega thing and have mega details and all that. You just get on here, talk about something, and just have fun with it and do what you want to do. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you listening, and leave a like, leave a comment. Like I said, leave a comment what your ideal future would be realistically. In a realistic sense, if you had everything go your way, what would that look like? Where would you want to live? What kind of car would you want to drive? What would it be? So with that being said, I feel like I've said that 10 times. I'm going to end it at that. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and God bless.